simply because there's a long way to go in terms of finances and education. Those were the called wisdoms over our lifetime in this planet. It will not go to waste, and I hope that you would see the light of the innovations that you introduce, and that they would adapt it and not discard it just because it was the work of the other administration. Sana ilagay nila sa isip yan that nothing is really personal here, except that when it's your time to be there, to be here, we work, and we have no other agenda. We have no other purpose meeting here and working overtime, except that we want our country to be a better place than yesterday.
Metro Manila and 38 other areas are shifting to Alert Level 1 starting today. Let's check out the latest situation on the ground live. Another round of oil price hikes takes effect today. That's why some transport groups are now appealing for a 5 peso increase in basic fare in public transportation. Lawyers of Vice President Leni Robredo's supporters are set to file an urgent petition before the Supreme Court against the COMELEC's Oplan Baklas. And presidential candidates Manila Mayor Isko Moreno and Senator Manny Pacquiao are both scheduled to campaign in Caloocan today. Fearless, here's everything you need to know as you jumpstart your day. I'm Charles Lejano. Local pump prices climbed for the 9th straight week today as the Ukraine-Russia crisis drags on. Transport groups are now intensifying their call for fare hikes. Gerard de la Peña with the story.
For the 9th week in a row, local fuel prices are set to increase yet again. The Energy Department said supply remains tight in the global market. The agency says this is just the beginning as Russia's invasion of Ukraine drags on.
Because of the persisting daily supply production shortage, ay talagang nagkakaroon ng premium yung price per barrel at tuloy-tuloy yan.
Oil companies advise that diesel prices would go up by 80 centavos per liter, while gasoline prices will increase by 90 centavos per liter. Diesel is now being sold between 52 to 60 pesos in gas stations in Metro Manila, while gasoline retails between 57 to over 80 pesos per liter. Jeepney drivers like Romel are left scratching their heads. What's going to happen to their usual take-home income of 400 pesos a day?
Pahirap na yung biyahe. Taas pa po, sana itaas na yung pumasahe. Para kumita naman kami.
To cope with the non-stop oil price surge, transport groups filed a petition at the LTFRB for a 5 peso increase in the minimum fare for jeepneys.
But what is most important now is yung 10 pesos effect nila by within the week dahil talagang hirap na mga driver.
The LTFRB said they are currently evaluating the petition.
Masusi po natin na yung pinag-aaralan po natin talaga ng mabuti yung magiging consequence nitong mga hiling nito. Binabalanse din po natin sa yung balancing of interest natin sa kapakanan din ng mga commuters at ng domino effect nito sa mga goods.
The LTFRB said it has requested for the Budget Department to fast-track the release of funds for the Pantawid Pasada program, where 377,000 drivers nationwide are expected to benefit from the 2.45 billion peso allocation. For News 5, Gerard de la Peña, We Are One News.
Metro Manila and 38 other areas are now shifting to Alert Level 1. This means public transportation will now be operating at full capacity, among other changes. To give us more details, we have on the line Justine Punsalang. She's reporting to us live from Macapagal Boulevard in Parañaque. Good morning, Justine. What's the latest?
Charles, Today marks the first time Metro Manila is put under Alert Level 1 status. This means looser restrictions for public transportation, but the I-Act is still making sure that basic guidelines are being followed. The I-Act is currently conducting their operations here in Parañaque City, specifically near the PITX or the Parañaque Integrated Terminal Exchange. The enforcers are specifically targeting buses to make sure that they follow the 100% or full capacity or full sitting capacity of the vehicle. I-Act team leader retired Colonel Jose Manuel Bonivi explained that this only means that public utility vehicles are not yet allowed to carry standing passengers. However, since today is just the first day of Alert Level 1 in Metro Manila, the I-Act was given instructions to be more lenient. As such, they will not be issuing tickets to violators. Instead, they will be reprimanded and reminded of the guidelines under the Alert Level 1 status. Bonivi also said that this honeymoon period will last until Thursday, and by Friday, they will be penalizing violators. Charles, as the I-Act continues with their operations today, which includes issuing traffic violation tickets for other traffic violations, they are also reminding the riding public to always wear face masks and carry with them their vaccine cards. Bonivi said, while we are currently in Alert Level 1, this does not mean that the pandemic is already over. Charles?
Thank you and stay safe, Justine. That was Justine Punsalang reporting live from Parañaque. As the NCR and some other areas downgrade restrictions to Alert Level 1, here are some changes to expect with the shift. Intrazonal and interzonal movement is now allowed without age or comorbidity restrictions. Establishments will also be allowed to operate at full capacity, while face-to-face classes for primary education may be allowed, subject to the approval of the Office of the President. Public transportation will also be at full capacity, and while there will no longer be paper-based contact tracing forms, individuals aged 18 years old and older are still required to present proof of vaccination before being allowed to enter establishments. A doctors group believes Metro Manila and the other areas placed under Alert Level 1 are not yet prepared for the potential increase in cases amid the eased restrictions. On One News is the Chiefs, Philippine College of Physicians President Dr. Maricar Limpin said the public may no longer strictly comply with minimum health standards once restrictions are eased under Alert Level 1. She also notes that some establishments and public transport vehicles are not observing proper ventilation. And with this, the group is expecting another possible spike in cases under the most relaxed alert level.
Dapat medyo siguraduhin natin ng yung ventilation will actually be observed, no? So dapat ginawa natin ng paraan yan. But I'm just afraid that we really was not able to do that proper preparation. So alam naman natin na in many of the workplaces, particularly no yung mga air-conditioned workplaces, they should have actually consulted the experts, no yung mga air conditioning engineers, so that the workplace will be at least have the adequate circulation of air, no, so that not much transmission of the disease will take place or will happen. So ito yung hindi namin nakita na nangyayari.
Meanwhile, the National Immunization Technical Advisory Group says some health protocols will continue to be mainstays in this health crisis, even under Alert Level 1. NITAG member Dr. Consortia Lim Quizon tells 1PHS sa Totoo Lang that the responsibility to protect ourselves against COVID-19 is now on an individual level.
Kahit sabihin ng gobyerno na pwede na ang ganito, ang ganon, nasa sa atin kung paano natin talaga aalagaan ang sarili na. Siguro hanggat hindi nasasabi ng mga international health authorities katulad ng WHO or ng US CDC na tapos na ang gyera talaga laban sa COVID, we still need to practice yung pagsusuot ng face mask, no? Tapos kahit na sinasabi, baka wala ng social distancing.
Lawyers, volunteers, and supporters of Vice President Leni Robredo will be visiting the Supreme Court today They are expected to file an extremely urgent petition for certiorari prohibition and mandamus over the COMELEC's Oplan Baklas program. This comes after some of Robredo and Pangilinan supporters reported that their campaign materials had been removed by the poll body, even if these were displayed on private properties. Election lawyer Romulo Macalintal previously said that these takedowns were unconstitutional, as these violated the people's right to due process. Let's find out where the presidential candidates are headed today. Manila Mayor Isko Moreno is scheduled to visit Malabon and Caloocan, and he is expected to stop by Mayor Lenlen Oreta before joining a motorcade from Malabon to Caloocan. Senator Manny Pacquiao will be campaigning in San Jose del Monte in Bulacan, and he is also expected to join a motorcade from the province all the way to Caloocan Bukid. Meanwhile, Vice President Leni Robredo will be returning to Quezon City for a conversation and prayer. She will then attend the 27th Muntinlupa Cityhood founding anniversary. On the other hand, Senator Ping Lacson will still be in Quezon Province today, and Lacson is expected to start the day with a dialogue with 200 TODA members from Candelaria in Quezon. And he'll also be hosting a meet and greet with supporters. And that's how the day is shaping up to be. Join us later at 9 a.m. as we monitor the day's biggest stories from sunrise to sundown. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Just register for a free account at www.signalplay.com so you can stream One News live anytime and anywhere. I'm Charles Lejano. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. We are One News.